The people came up to me after I did that talk today, and they were saying that somebody first grabbed me. He goes, don't talk about making a Takht. Because I said, we need a UK Takht. We need some kind of authority that will actually manage things for us, which can actually set the rules. Because look at it, we're the most unorganized army. We haven't even got one central authority that can say to a Gurdwara, you can't do this. For example, we got a Gurdwara that are doing Anandakaras now without, they're doing it at 7 in the morning. Somebody's not even a Sikh, maybe a Hindu, maybe whatever, Christian, they'll do the Anandakaras anyway. Even the Akal Takht that says you can't do that, they will still do it. And they say, oh, I'm not scared of the Akal Takht because they're not here. And if you guys are going to come to my doorstep and stop it, all I'll do it at 7 in the morning, or I won't tell you lot, or I'll do it at someone's house. So people are trying to get away with what they're not supposed to do because no one's explained to them why it might not be good. We made a video, but it's still got low views compared to how many it needs to have for people to get that consciousness. But the Gurdwara, and every Gurdwara should be teaching these things. So there's no one on top of the Gurdwara. Each Gurdwara is a law into itself. Do you understand how that system is not very good? Because no one can tell that Gurdwara, you should not be doing this. And this is not the way a Panth works, not the way the army works. You can't have every regiment being a law into itself. The regiment needs someone on top to say to that banda, no, it's galt what you're doing. Every regiment in the army needs to be under a code of conduct. And the Akal Takht Rahat Marada is the code of conduct that we have. We can't make up another one. The Panth isn't even close enough together to even agree on that one. So we have something that we've got, we should work to agree it. The thing is, it's only enforceable by something above the Gurdwara. The problem with the Sikh Council is the Sikh Council does not really police the Gurdwara. Why does it not do that? Because most of the members of the Sikh Council are already put forward from Gurdwara committees. So it's a council of Gurdwara committee members, majoritarily. So how will they police themselves? Even the police, Paji knows, even the police are not trusted to police themselves. It's an independent police complaints commission, yeah? The press has got an independent press complaints commission. So we need to have an independent authority which doesn't rely upon the Gurdwara for their money, but which is above the Gurdwara, and the Sangat should be funding that. Yeah? And that really for us is a Takht. Now the question is, people said, don't make a Takht because somebody else will make one, there'll be 2 or 3 Takhts and there'll be foot. That because they don't understand how a Takht works. You can't just step up somewhere, put 5 people together and say we're going to make a UK Takht. That's not how it works. Let's explain how it works. How it would work, if anyone to understand, is that what you need is a Sarbat Khalsa. You need to call a meeting of all the Khalsa in the country. Yeah? And you need to do it twice a year. Right? When you come there, we need to have like an agenda, what we're going to talk about. We don't need to discuss the stuff that we're talking about most of the time, arguing about stuff like meat, alcohol. That's not on the agenda, because what we're trying to do is work out what should we do as a Panth in the next 6 months. So the Panth meets in April, and it meets in Diwali time, around about October, November. Twice a year we meet, every 6 months, and we have a plan for the next 6 months. Asi ki karna hai. Yeah? That's the action plan. And then from the action plan, you then have like, okay, this person is a person who's been given that job. This has got, and in 6 months' time, he's got to come back and explain if he's done it or not. What you got now is people say, "Hanji si kar dange." 2 saal baad mile nahi banda. You don't know, milya nahi kade. And he got nowhere to ask him, did you not do it? Oh, chhado, Gurdwara dekh lo. Look at the manifestos that they publish. We will do this, this, and this. Did we get a chance to question them? Did you do your manifesto? 3 years ago, you got yourself elected. You said this is what you're going to do. Hon hoya? Nahi. We cannot ask these questions. So you need accountable authority. So firstly, the Panj Pyare would be then chosen then by the Sarbat Khalsa. Everybody would get to vote upon who the Panj Pyare are. Yeah? And obviously the criteria would be that they need to be the type of people that can actually serve in the Panj Pyare. Rahatwan hon. Theek hai? Panj Baniya can't hon. Those kind of things. They can actually serve as one of the Panj Pyare. So you know what? That would take out 90% of the current committee members, isn't it? Samajh rahe ho meri gaal? 90% of the people, the current leaders, they couldn't do that. So already you've got a slightly, hopefully better lot that do their part every day. They're interested in Sikhi. Secondly, you need to find people that are involved in seva. You don't need people who just says, you just got some good banda out of the closet, you never seen him before. Say, "Enu panj baniya can't tag ye, enu bana do." It doesn't work that way. People need to know who they are, because obviously the Sarbat Khas is not going to vote for this person. They don't know that person. ठीक है ना? So this person's then talashi is done. Acha, ठीक है, what do you do? What's your skill set? Each of the Panj Pyare should have a skill set. I'll tell you why I think that, because look at the Panj Pyare, the first Panj Pyare. They all came with a characteristic, didn't they? Kuch leke aaye sige. Bhai Daya Singh bringing compassion. Bhai Taram Singh talking about justice. Bhai Himmat Singh brought his bravery. Bhai Mokha Singh brought his drirta, his determination. And Bhai Sahib Singh brought the idea that we're independent. We need to depend upon anybody else. So every one of them should have some kind of gun. You know, there might be different guns, but you put them together and you're getting a Khalsa, a guru. You know. So what we need to do is then make the Sarbat Khalsa first, meet. Then we have, from there, we should pick out Panj Pyare that everybody can agree upon. Then these Panj Pyare, they've got a responsibility to come up with a plan that the Panth can agree upon. Now here's how it works, right? I know we're going to say, well, those Panj Pyare are never going to agree. Flana Banda from Taksal come along. Taksali says, we'll support him. Somebody else comes along from AKJ, we'll man him. He's our Banda. Then you've got these 5 people from different groups come together. Most people nowadays will say this, they'll never agree. ठीक है ना? That's not how it works. The Panj Pyare, when they step into that Maidan, yeah, they've been put forward by such Flana group, right? But now they're part of the Guru now. They cannot have those affiliations. Yeah? Tada nahi hega, the Tadabaji, the kind of group, they have to abandon that and step into it as the Guru now. So, you know, Upadesh, Chavana, Gosanja, their teachings have to apply to everybody. So these guys then have to go into a room and they're not allowed out until they agree. Hafta, Mina lalo, Saal lalo, they have to agree upon what to do for the next 6 months. Yeah? So obviously they're going to have to compromise. They're going to have to compromise together, work together to come up with a plan they can agree upon. Now if they agree upon it, they have to be unanimous. It can't be that one says deeply, I don't actually agree with this plan. Somebody else, I don't actually, no, they have to be unanimous. We all agree with this plan. Then they come out, they present it to the Sangat. Sangat ji, we agree upon this plan. Are you Sehmat? Sangat gives his Parvanagi, they give their Jagara, whatever it is, the way they do it, Hath uppe karke, Sangat now agrees the plan. ठीक है ना? Now what happens? Hukamnama, Guru Sahib Maharaj. Maybe they Hukamnama before the Panj Pyare system they go into that room. Yeah? But afterwards again Ardas is done. Ki Maharaj, for the next 6 months, the Panth, this is not, the Panth has decided. This is the Gurmata. The Panj Pyare, they take the hukam of the Guru and they take that hukam, Sirarake, they go and decide what's going to be done. They give it, present it to the Panth. The Panth agrees it. Sare utte haige. Then now, the Panj Pyare can now order the rest of the people in the Panth. So you might say, right, we've got a project. And for this project, we're going to make this Flana Banda, who's not part of the Panj Pyare, into Jahidar of that project. Your job is, the Panj Pyare don't have to do everything. They're not there to run about and do everything for the Panth. They're there to manage that, like a program manager, yeah? They're the ultimate authority, the law, who decides what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. They decide the law, but they can then say, okay, the Flana Banda has been picked to do this project. He's Jahidar of this project. For example, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave the Panj Pyare to Banda Singh Bahadur. They were his guide as the Guru, but he was Jahidar of that plan to go and destroy Sirhind, yeah, and give justice to Wariz Khan, yeah? So give him justice. So therefore, the Panj Pyare might decide, right, we need 4 projects in this Panth. I don't know, I'm making up numbers. You know, we want to educate more women, want to do this, want to do Prachar, we want to do, want to make sure that the Gurdwara come under some kind of system. They all pick project managers to manage those projects. Now that person is responsible to the Panj Pyare. In 6 months' time, they're going to be pulled up to say, what did you do then? The Guru has given you a hukum, you can't turn it down. You got to do that hukum. The way it works is that now the Panth is understood that this person's got a hukum. Now that person, when he's doing that job, then the whole Panth supports that person to do that job. Let's say that person needs £1 million, right? Then the Panj Pyare give a hukum to all the Khalsa. So they might be in that room, there might be 700, 1,000 people. So the Panj Pyare might say, right, 1,000 people here, everybody take out, what is it, 1,000 pounds. 1,000, then you got £1 million budget straight away. Everybody now, your dasvand, take out £1,000, okay? Within 10 days, you got to put it into this account. We should have £1 million. ठीक है ना? And in this country, aam banda can take £1,000 out. Kidhar bhi hoye, most people can take £1,000 out somehow. Now, somebody might decide, chalo, if you are poorer, 500 kado, if you are richer than this X amount, put 2 grand in. Anyway, the point is, a budget should be under the Panj Pyare. The Panj Pyare don't have to be Garib. The Panj Pyare need to have a budget, not that they should be rich themselves, but that they need to have a budget to work with. Maya is, the Guru always had Maya. The Guru always said, I want to do this plan, Maya, I need Maya. And they would often say, like for example, look at the old Hukamname. Guru would often send a Hukamnama to a Sangat and say, I need X amount of money. You look at the old Hukamnama, Guru says, I need X amount of money to the Sangat. They go, you should send me this much money. Use this much money for yourself, but send me this much money. Yeah? There's Pyara Singh Padam has made a book. It is called Purane Hukamname and Rahatname. You can get that, a PDF of it online. So this is how it would work. So the Khalsa would say, right, to the Panj Pyare would say to Flana Banda, okay, Flana Singh, Flana Kaur, here's your budget, go and do this job. Come back in 6 months' time and you can tell us how you did. It's always somebody on top, yeah? Accountability. What did you do? Obviously they come back with accounts. So it wasn't such a messed up system, very simple, logical system. If that person fails in that duty for the next 6 months, they get chittar from the Panj Pyare as well. Yeah? They will say, yeah? If you fail to do your duty to the Panth that you promised you would do, Nardas from a Guruji, you're going to do that, then obviously you deserve to get a few slaps as well. Yeah? So that's what I mean by Dande Wale Baba, yeah? The Panj Pyare become that. You see, and suddenly, right, Aam Sangat like me, Banda sitting here, if I had a problem, I would say, it's the Panj Pyare. Then they're available, innit? They're not just available every 6 months. They're available during the year as well. They can have monthly divans. You can come and tell so Sikhs now have their own court. Guess who else also has their own courts in this country? Sharia law courts, innit? They have their courts. Why don't we have our Panj Pyare courts? We can go and tell them, Ki Hanji, at this Gurdwara, at this place, Flana person, yeah, was doing this wrong. The Panj Pyare are your Guru. They don't just sit there and take complaints off you and then scared to tell you off for making that complaint. They will say, that's not a very good complaint. To be honest, you should be helping that person. Yeah? Do you see how it works? So the Panj Pyare are there to guide, they're supposed to lead the Panth. At the moment we haven't got, so somebody can come along to the rally and say, can shout out stuff like Sare Hindu no Mardo. And this person's on TV quite a lot, from what I've seen. Right? The Panj Pyare could do a hukum to make that person appear in front of them. Did you say these words? Yes. Tankha hai giya. You know what they used to call when you get a punishment from the Khalsa? It was never called a punishment. It was called a wage. A wage. Tankha. Tankha nama is the punishment nama by Anandallah is written. So then they get tankha, that this is the fine you have to pay for saying this. Or they get hukum ki ye dobara nahi kehna. Yeah? Not to speak this. So you see, it's like it's our adalat. Adalat means a court. We have our own adalat. And we used to always have our own adalat. And the Sikhs would come to the Guru, or they would come to the Khalsa and say, Sanu nyaya karo. Give us justice. They never used to say, Sikhs used to go anywhere else and say, Sanu justice do. People used to come to the Khalsa and say, give us justice. See? So where is the Khalsa? That's what I was saying. There's no Khalsa. Where is the justice that you can ask from the Khalsa? Or cheez rahi. So Aam Sikh doesn't believe in the Khalsa. Doesn't see the Khalsa anywhere. Theek hai na? They look at the committee wale, they look at the people that are leading the organization, they think, I don't believe in these people. So therefore, and no one's on top of them, they go, this is unorganized, I just want to stay out of it. Yeah? There is no adl, there is no justice in our Panth, because we're not actually able to manage ourselves. This is what I mean by we to be self-organized. We look inwards, sort ourselves out, have a justice system working internally, and then we can sort our own problems out.